We explored all 5 villages of the incredible Cinque Terre and even snuck in a 6th hidden gem.
Cinque Terre is a stunning coastal area on the Italian Riviera, made up by 5 cute-as-a-button villages. Famous for their pastel-coloured houses and adorable narrow streets, Cinque Terre really does have that wow factor, and quickly became one of our favourite places in all of Italy.
We have woken up in Riomaggiore, having a nice breakfast with the most beautiful view behind us. We're basing ourselves here for our time in Cinque Terre, and it's the first of the villages along the coastline. We can't wait to explore this gorgeous little fishing village more today.
After our morning coffee, we spent our day in Riomaggiore exploring the super sweet streets, checking out the beach, and having a couple of cheeky snacks.
After a day of exploring the first Cinque Terre village, we joined the hundreds of other tourists and enjoyed an incredible sunset from the rocks of the little fishing harbour. This was so vibey and the perfect way to end our first day.
We are in Vernazza, one of the 5 Cinque Terre, and it is absolutely beautiful.
It is stunning. We've walked 15 minutes up to the most incredible viewpoint and just wow.
Completely blown away. And apparently this town is an inspiration for the town in Luca, which is one of my favourite Disney movies.
It is. We've seen it a few times and it definitely is based on this because it looks exactly the same. The village, it's incredible.
So cute. Definitely a highlight.
First things first after our ferry to Vernazza was an Aperol Spritz. We snagged the perfect table right on the water at Ananasso Bar and sat back enjoying the view of the buzzing village.
So we're doing the hike from Vernazza to Corniglia. We've only just started, but it was a really steep ascent at the beginning, so I'm hoping it's not too much more of that. Yeah, we've only done like 100 meters for a while, but it was very steep. It's a beautiful day, it's getting warm, but the views have already just been incredible. We're loving it. Ocean views as far as you can see. Incredibly beautiful, but not without its challenges. We're certainly going to earn our dinner and cocktails tonight.
Thank goodness Corniglia was so spectacular, because that hike was rough. This was probably the most authentic of the villages, and was slightly off the beaten track, being perched up on a hill away from the coast and the train station. We really loved ambling down the sweet narrow streets and charming little piazzas.
We are in Manarola.
We've come here for a special reason and we're going to do a pesto making class.
I'm so excited. We're exploring the town beforehand and it is just stunning like all of the other towns are.
Beautiful. But they're going to get put to work and make some pesto, so I'm excited. Let's go do it now.
Manarola was stunning. We loved our hour or so walking down the colourful main street. The best thing about this village though is that you can get a breathtaking view after only a quick 3-minute walk along the coast. Manarola was also the perfect spot for an afternoon dip in the ocean. Now it was time for our pesto class, so we headed up to Nessum Dorma.
This pesto class was so much fun. It was definitely a highlight of our time in Cinque Terre. We won't give away too much though, because next week's video is a food vlog. Make sure to keep an eye out for that video if you want details like cost and how to book.
That was all my hard work.
I think that's the best pesto I have actually ever had.
Oh, you're welcome.
Really cheesy, really garlicky, really good. We are at Monterosso al Mare, the last of the 5 villages. We have rented a beach bed. I think it was €45 a day for one, right on the water. It is so beautiful. I'm so excited to just vegetate here all day long.
Monterosso was unexpectedly our favourite of the 5 villages. We weren't expecting much because we'd only seen pictures of the spectacular beach when we looked up its name, but this spot had so many cute bars and restaurants and really beautiful architecture. It was also pretty much completely flat, so definitely would be the best village to stay in if you're looking for somewhere a little bit more accessible.
We've quickly popped by Monterosso for a spritz because we've got a sunset cruise from here tonight.
It's a bit cloudy, so I don't know how much sunset we're going to see, but I'm sure it'll still be a fabulous little boat tour regardless, but hopefully it clears.
If not, we'll see the towns from the water.
And there's definitely worse places to have a spritz beforehand anyway.
Sure is.
The sunset boat tour is a go. I repeat, it is a go.
You've had too many spritz.
We had a quick pit stop on our boat trip to grab a gelato in Vernazza. This was actually super yummy. The gelateria was called Gelateria Vernazza. Very original.
So we just finished our sunset cruise with Seabreeze.
Unfortunately, we didn't get to see a sunset because it was too cloudy, but it was still an amazing way to see all 5 of the Cinque Terre villages from the water.
Such a nice way to spend an evening. I highly recommend.
Definitely book a cruise.
Our host had told us that the town of Porto Venere was their favourite village of them all, so we decided to pop a 6th town on the list and hop on a ferry. The ferry took about 50 minutes, and before we knew it, we were pulling up to the adorable harbour.
We've decided to treat ourselves to a little bit of a fancy lunch here at Porto Venere at Ristorante Porto Venere. Let's see how it is. That octopus is divine.
Yummy.
That charred smoke flavour of the fire.
I have a fish and mushroom pasta. It looks so fluffy and so fresh.
We're just heading up to San Pietro Church now, which sits on the most beautiful spot here on the island, right on the tip of the peninsula. A beautiful spot for a swim. It was totally worth coming out here to our 6th town for a little half-day trip. Could easily spend a day here if you want to throw some swimming into the mix, which we're very tempted to. But yeah, certainly worth coming out here and exploring. It was such a beautiful village. I don't think there's a bad place to go on the Italian Riviera though. Everywhere is just so gorgeous.
A quick note on getting around. In Cinque Terre, nobody really drives. The small size of the villages and the windy roads make it almost impossible. We got around mostly by train as well as a few ferries. The ferries only run about every 90 minutes or so, and the trains are always delayed, and pretty expensive at that, at almost €10 each per trip. The Cinque Terre card was only really worth it if you were hiking and getting more than 3 trains per day. I will say that the train stations are an attraction in themselves though. It's actually ridiculous how beautiful the views are from every platform.
It was sadly time to say goodbye to Cinque Terre. This place really had us saying wow every single day. The villages should be on everyone's first itinerary to Italy, and if you've given it a miss like we did, you should definitely visit. The food was also insane. We made a vlog on our favourite spots, so make sure to check that out next week. And if you're looking for more coastal adventures, Sardinia was pretty amazing as well.